Back last year, of course, Dave Husted won the Miller Lite Challenge. 85, it was David Ozio.
84, Ron Palumbi when he beat Mark Fay. 83 was the same Hugh Miller.
And in 1982, the winner was...
Yours truly snuck in there and beat Nelson Burton Jr.
I was going to open the envelope and announce it, but yeah, you're right. Of course, you lost a toughie in 85 to Ozio, right?
Well, you don't win too many title matches below 150.
No, you sure don't. Well, Marc McDowell trails by 9, but he could help the cause here with a double in the fourth.
Can take the lead. Right over that second arrow. Oh, I thought that pin was going to be interference there, you know.
Where was the yellow flag?
As we have football coming up on ESPN, but watch the head pin. I think it's the head pin that gets in the way of the 5. But not enough.
Clipping. Take that play back. But McDowell knows, oh, wait a second. I'll take it. I knew it was 10 in the pit. And there you see. What's that do to you emotionally? You're sitting on the bench.
Figures.
How can this guy get a break like that, right?
Only to me.
What goes through the minds of those bowlers when they're on the bench? And there you see graphically that Marc McDowell leads by 1. Could make it 11 with a strike here on the left-hand lane.
Notice how much time he takes on a simple 7-pin. He's trying to say, hey, I'm not going to beat myself by any stupid mistakes. And even though he's left of his target with that spare, because he threw it straight, the ball didn't go in the channel, hung on and made an open winner.
Boy, that must have been easy that night.
Oh, as he leaves the... What is the dinner bucket on the right? The 3, 5, 6, 9. Right, I can hardly think of the pins on the right.
You've never left that, have you?
No, that particular spare I don't think I ever have left.
Who did you beat in 82, Mike?
Nelson
Burton Jr. Oh, boy.
I didn't beat him. He simply got wrapped and I outlucked him.
You held on for dear life, huh?
I slopped out a couple strikes and he left some solid 8s. And
a win is a win.
At the spare.
Need some help.
All right. Oh, he got some help, I'll tell you.
Hugh pops his brow a little bit, looks back down, and realizes, I think I got away with one. I'm safe.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, brother. Well, it's been an adventure from time to time at some of these spare attempts this evening. Hey, even the pros' knees start to wobble a little bit when you try and shoot those dinner buckets. Hugh Miller trails by 4.
And I mentioned, this is a brand new ball he drilled up today. Didn't use it all week long. Maybe he should have.
And there you see Hugh staring defiantly at lane 15 and in his mind thinking, boy, I hope I can do that the rest of the way. McDowell trying to get back on track, likes the shot, just blisters the pocket on the right hand lane. Boy, he's a powerful bowler.
Well, he's using that speed and loft to hold the ball on line into the 1-3 pocket, and as long as he keeps that speed up, it's happening just perfectly for him.
As we've already mentioned, a Rookie of the Year in 1986, and boy, he's back on his way here this evening.
Watch the loft. Head still. Look at the loft. Way out on the lane, 5, 6 feet out there before it hits down.
Well, he's got tremendously powerful legs. You know, he was a walk-on kicker for the University of Wisconsin for a couple of years, and a field goal kicker, that is, and he is a very powerfully built young bowler.
Oh,
Mike, is he almost overpowering the condition at this point, do you think? And the semifinal match here in the $140,000 Miller Lite Challenge beginning to tighten up just a little bit. Marc McDowell with a pressure double in the 6th and the 7th, leads by 14. And Hugh Miller is working on a strike in the 6th, and it's time for him to come back with a double.
He's got to put some pressure on McDowell, so it's a must strike here in the 7th frame for him. Very little time again, giving a lot of room. And didn't get the break. He takes a right-handed swing at it. That won't help after they're already standing.
Hugh Miller gave that one plenty of room to the left and almost got back. There you see him. I think he's a little disenchanted. Thought he might have been able to come back with a strike there, and you've got to give him credit. It's tough sometimes to throw that ball left when you're in that situation.
Right. When you see the player trusted in a situation like that, you know he has confidence in his line, in his ball, and his game. Because the tendency is to squeeze it off and aim a little high.
It's been a very solid year for Hugh Miller, who was cashed in 17 out of 20 events. And, you know, they talk about the key to success on the PBA Tour is consistency, and I think that's exactly what Hugh has mastered here this year.
Made the top 24 10 times. So he's bowled well all year. And when you have a year like that, if you can get one win in, sometimes it can just make the whole year blossom.
Hugh averaged 40.5 on the television pair during match play with games of 244 and 237. He needs that average, I think, to win here this evening. Hurry up a little bit, and he strikes on the left-hand lane. You can see in his mind he's saying, boy, that should have been a turkey.
Well, he needs McDowell.
How important it is to let the players concentrate.
Boy, he just blew him out of there.
Well, that was the old dice-o-matic. McDowell might have had his first PBA title.
Interesting how he takes that towel, wipes off the excess oil, and then takes a corner of the towel and sticks it in the thumb hole, cleans it out every shot.
Well, don't most of the players get into a certain rhythm, Mike, where they do the same thing every time, especially when they're striking?
Definitely. Sometimes I wonder if there's a little superstition involved there.
Trying to loosen up those shoulders and relax a little bit. Nice free arm swing.
Well, he gives a little life to Hugh Miller. A little bit of life. The thumb appeared to drag just a hair. So we're going to get a side view of it. Shoulder high backswing. Nice long slide. Deep knee bend. Look how steady the head is. And look at the loft. My goodness. 7 feet at least.
That's like a one-hopper to shortstop. What's that do? Delay the roll, Mike, when you loft it?
Exactly. It delays the roll, and if you have good finger lift and a little back end at the end of the lane, makes it finish hard at the back end, keeps your line straighter. At the 10-pin. Can't afford any mistakes now, and doesn't make any. Hugh Miller's in a situation right now. Big shot, got it.
Boy, did you see that 7-pin take off when that ball hit the pocket?
Now watch Hugh. Again, right around a shoulder-high backswing. Bent there. Now watch the difference in the loft. 3 to 4 feet out there. Maybe only 2, somewhere in that area. Anyway, a lot less than Marc McDowell. His ball starts rolling much sooner than Marc McDowell's will.
And on lane 15, Hugh Miller has opted for a re-rack. Takes a gander down the lane, and I'm not
He doesn't really like
crazy
this one
about
either.
this one. He's motioning over to Harry Golden right now that he's not real pleased with the way the pins are set. Now he nods, and will Harry award him a re-rack or no? Yes, he will.
All right, and the rule on this is you get 3 for the match for this individual game. If he strikes on this ball, he cannot ask for another re-rack. If there's 10 pins down there, no matter how they're situated, he's got to shoot it.
Well, there's a good look, and that's from a little bit of a different angle. They look pretty well on spot this trip.
Just a little short. In other words, he didn't get it out on the lane. Not quite enough loft, and leaves the 6-pin as a result. Strike here, he's going to wind up with 214, and he's going to make McDowell get some kind of mark. Well, McDowell would need 9 to have a lock.
Trails by 14, but he's simply run out of time.
That's what he was looking for right there. So often it happens on the fill ball. Actually, I think Marc only needs 8. He gets 8.
It just doesn't get any better than that, and that was maybe his best shot of the evening there. Just packed it.
It's just the way he threw the shots in the 10th frame last again.
That's kind of a nice average. Ooh.
And he says, thank you for there.
Claps to himself and says, boy, I'm sure glad that happened in the 11th frame and not a little sooner in the match. Well, he didn't need to make it. All he had to do was finish the game. So it's a 227-214 victory for the youngster from Madison, Wisconsin, who shakes a fist, and he'll be bowling in the title match of the $140,000 Miller Lite Challenge. And coming up next, it'll be left-hander Scott Devers. Both of these young gentlemen looking for their first title and a trip to the Firestone Tournament of Champions.